This is a rip-off. This is a rip-off. We're not kidding. Yeah, but seriously, we're not kidding here.
Who is Santa?
That's a very, very good question. The answer is very simple. He's one of the best-known ninjas of all time. Now, if you remember back earlier, I did explain that cats are ninjas. Santa's part of a different sect of ninjas who are generally fat and useless at jumping around off of walls. But they are very, very good at sneaking around and sliding down really, really thin tubes. I mean, let's think about it. How else could he possibly get down from that chimney with that enormous bag of toys? If they aren't even toys, sometimes he likes to mix it up with deadly concoctions that he slips into your pantry. How else do you explain how the angel food cake always ends up going rock hard and stale? How... Or it could be Greg.
Where does Santa's supply of coal come from?
Canada. As we all know, Canada is very, very rich in coal ever since Santa moved up there. There are a bunch of secret veins of it all over the country that Santa routinely mines with the help of his cheap slave labor elves, and distributes it all in a very low sulfur variety, I might add, to all the naughty little children. Of course, occasionally, he can't get enough coal to distribute to all those little sniff-nosed brats out there, so what he does instead is he substitutes them for landmines.
Why are Santa's elves short and Tolkien's elves tall? Are the elves related at all?
Well, how should I put this? Santa, in spite of the fact that he's primarily used to teach Christian kids to be good, is actually a Mormon. And at one point, he actually had two wives. One was about that big, the other was about that big. And one day, he and Midget Claus decided that it would be a nice idea to get cozy one night after some hot cocoa. And the result of this was an out-of-control bunny rabbit population-style explosion of midget elves, which are now being kept as cheap slave labor at the factory. Now, later they divorced after Santa kept eating her cookies, and he then started getting cozy after cocoa with tall claws, and this resulted in a bunch of offspring that went flying off into Middle Earth. And, well, you can probably take the story from there.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa underneath the mistletoe. Does that mean that Santa is my father?
I'm afraid I have some terrible news. Santa is your father.
I am the father.
And now that he knows that you've seen him kissing your mom, well, I don't think I have to tell you what's about to happen to you.
My friend told me that Santa wasn't real and that he was my parents. I only have a mommy, but isn't Santa a man?
Sometimes. Actually, if you remember the story correctly, there's actually a Mrs. Claus as well. This is because Santa actually has two egos that he goes by. The first one, Santa Claus, is him as a fat, jolly old elf flying all over town on reindeer, delivering toys and occasionally food poison to little boys and girls, or coal or primed hand grenades if they've been really, really bad. The second one, Mrs. Claus, is a fat, jolly old whore who goes around delivering sex to all the deprived men in the world. So, in that respect, it is entirely possible for your mom to be Santa. Just keep an eye on her after midnight, won't you?
How does Santa fit in a chimney? Are St. Nicholas and St. Valentine related?
No. St. Nicholas is fat, obese, but he's really, really jolly. St. Valentine was skinny, kind of kept to himself. He went around thinking that giving people hearts would somehow make them feel better, even though he existed in Roman times, and gave these hearts to people who were condemned to die in the Roman gladiator arena. Now, enlighten me, please. Why would giving somebody a heart make them feel better right before they're about to get mauled to death by savage beasts and the like? It's completely pointless. At least St. Nicholas was trying something that actually worked. St. Valentine was just a complete psychopath.
How old is Santa?
That's a good question. How old are you? My God.
It's over 9,000!
What does Gregg and Guy do for the holidays? Anything special?
Yes, actually, we do several special things. First of all, we like to go outside and find as many small children as we can. We then take them back to our lair, I'm not going to tell you where, and then we roast them. Nice and slow. I recommend, by the way, a 375 degrees over an open flame. Cedar wood is the best smoke agent that you can use. Now, don't, whatever you do, discard any of the organs or the drippings. They make excellent gravy and stuffing, respectively. Finally, when we're done with that, we call all of our friends, and we all have a nice big Christmas dinner, feeding on the blood of the innocent and unwanted waste that our society has produced. Also, we do gift exchanges. That was his last present. I fucking hate you.
How many letters do you get from kids each year?
Oh, I get dozens and dozens of letters. And then, the first thing I do is I read them to see if it's worth ripping them off, because you know you can always tell these well-educated kids from how they write. Once I've decided whether or not it would be worth my time to go and rob the little bastards, I then give the envelopes to Gregg so that he can memorize their addresses. The results of that speak for themselves quite nicely.
What is the best method of a snow dance?
Best method of a snow dance? It's very simple. Go out, find a squirrel, circumcise it, and then gut it. Take everything that's left over and hang it in a necklace around your neck. And then what you need to do is you need to go outside and find a prostitute. Murder her in the most brutal way possible. Then go to a police officer and dance on the corpse in front of him. After this, the police officer will most likely try to chase you and arrest you. Feel free to dispose of him however you wish. Once you get back to your house, you can feel free to take the ashes of your fireplace, if you have one. If not, you can feel free to burn as much furniture as you want to find ash substitutes, and then sprinkle it all over the corpses of both the squirrel and the prostitute. And then do the cha-cha. And there's your snow dance. Oh yes.
What do you want for Christmas?
So then afterwards, he comes in and he tries to kill my dog, and then he desecrated your idol. He desecrated your idol. So what I think we should do is, I know where he lives, so if you want to meet me after we're done filming, and, hi! So this year, I'd like Rudolph, and I'd like a ball for Tommy, and, run.
The most